Hello and welcome to Flint and Steel, the Warhammer fantasy roleplay show here on Garblag Games. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of our new show here on Garblag Games. This is Flint and Steel. We have a new gang of guys, well, they've all been here before, a different combination, here to play Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay with us. For those of you that don't know Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, we're going to be playing the second edition of this, which Roger's holding up nicely there for us, which is generally agreed to be the best version. There is a third edition out, which Fantasy Flight Games did, which did some stuff with cards and things, and with dice and stuff, which we're not going to play. There is a fourth edition coming out soon, and we will be looking at that when it comes out. But for now, since we don't have access to the fourth edition, we'll be playing second. Okay, with that out of the way, we shall begin. I'm Pete, the Game Master.
I'm Ben, and I shall be playing Gunter, the halfling lawyer.
I'm Roger, I'll be playing Bagrik Rolson, the dwarf Shieldbreaker.
I'm Poot.
I'm Simon, I'm playing Alvin, and I'm a bodyguard.
A human.
I'm a bodyguard.
It says on the screen that you're a human bodyguard. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'll be playing Hartwin Nuln. I am a human bounty.
Excellent. Cool. So, our game and story begins in the great city of Nuln, which is the bastion of the south and the second biggest city in the empire, which is basically the same as sort of medieval, early Renaissance Germany. There are things of gunpowder origin coming along, and they are really centred in Nuln. So there is the Imperial School of Gunnery. There is a university in the city where many learned people come from across many countries to study. And there is a massive metropolis of lots of people from across different countries, from the Empire, from Bretonia, from Tilia, and Stalia. There's a whole hodgepodge. There are also lots of dwarves in the city, because there are various mountain ranges nearby. Where's Bagrik from, Roger? Carrack Norn, there you go. That's one of the strongholds in the mountains nearby, which means lots of dwarves come through for trade, and the humans who run the city generally look to dwarves for help with technical things to do with cannons.
Sweeping between the gaps in the pavements that
Oh, it begins. Okay, so...
Is your character racist?
No, he's just tall.
Okay, cool. Warhammer is a bit more gritty than Dungeons and Dragons, so people may die. There's going to be horrible, nasty things creeping in the corners of dank cellars and dark woodlands. The Empire itself is mostly wooded, and there are sort of villages with walls around them, towns looking after themselves, and cities as kind of these kind of large bastions of civilization, where people gather together to escape from the reaches of chaos. Now, there's recently been a giant war. The storm of chaos swept across the empire, destroying most of the north of the country. However, Nuln and the southern regions were generally spared this war, so this region hasn't been as affected. However, chaos has now returned full sail to the world, and people believe that it's not long before there will be another war, as Archaon has retreated into the Middle Mountains, funnily enough in the middle of the Empire, to gather his forces once again. So chaos was not destroyed, merely defeated and postponed. So the end of the world is still coming, but people don't know when.
Go.
Cool.
Or is it?
Or is it? Maybe. Anyway, our four brave fools begin our story in employ of a brewers guild, the Bluntstone Brewers Guild, who brew a very fine barley beer, alongside many other beers. He is a dwarf who runs the guild in the city. And you have found yourselves in the employ of a local chap, human. Let me get my bit of paper. Where are we? One bit of paper I can't find. Hartwin Schnitzler is the low-level, middle management brewing guild representative that you deal with. And he has employed you to... So I'm just watching something down, write down Mr. Schnitz. Schnitz. Sorry. Mr. Schnitz. I think it's going to be that from now on. He has employed you to clear out some tunnels, sewer tunnels, that were found to be so close to one of the beer storage cellars that a wall collapsed and strange noises and creatures have been seen in this tunnel. You have been travelling through these tunnels for the last couple of hours, and you have killed a number of large, strangely large rats that have been found in these tunnels. These tunnels are large, originally constructed by dwarves. They are much better than the sewers created in the other human cities, which are just made by men. However,
big rats.
they are filled with sewage, so there is literally the shit of the city flowing past your feet as you make your way through the sewers. And giant rats that seem to quite enjoy swimming in this. You are performing this task as part to show the guild members that you are worthy of joining the guild, as you have found your way here as either a representative of guild members or a clansman of fellow dwarves, or hired muscle who are looking for a job to join the guild, the Brewers Guild. So, you have found yourself wading through tunnels that are dripping with slime, the kind of which you do not wish to kind of think too much about. Every now and then there are open storm drains that rain and shit and piss drain down into the area around you. It's dark, you have torches or lanterns, that's up to you. If you want to, it doesn't bother you, but it will bother everybody else. Bagrik can see in the dark. And you have made your way through a series of tunnels until you have found an exposed chamber. That seems to, again, another wall has collapsed. It seems that maybe these dwarven constructs aren't as strong as they used to be. And in this chamber, a strange creature has been seen in the dark. And you have seen this at the end of a long corridor filled with sewage even. And you can see in the dark a shifting form, which looks like a man, but one of his arms seems to be strangely longer than the other, as you can see his form in the darkness. And as you make your way after your last rat kill, you find this creature turning around in the darkness and strange pale yellow eyes glaring at you. And we enter combat. Let's roll initiative. Roger, how do we roll initiative for those who haven't played Warhammer before?
You roll a d10 and add your agility to that. So mine is 29.
31. That's not bad.
Just straight agility.
Yep. Straight agility.
41.
Oh, 44. Of course, the halfling. So we have
Do halflings start off with slings?
Gunter. No, they are proficient with slings.
Wasn't sure if I have one or not.
But you have a sling bag.
Handy.
Some fetching on your
It's messenger.
hanging from sorry, satchel. That's what I call mine. Hartwin. Sorry, just getting used to everyone's names. Alvin at 31, and then Bagrik, unsurprisingly last.
Mr. Wick.
Mr. Wick, let's roll for the whatever this creature might be.
It's soon to be deceased.
Okay. This creature slithers out of this hole, and what you thought was an arm is actually a large tentacle. As it comes out, the strange little suckers on it kind of dripping of the dripping stone. You are all taken aback momentarily, but not scared, as it were. You knew there was something down here. This man looks like some sort of homeless man who seems to be covered in crap. He has large, straggly beard. His hair is lank and plastered to one side of his face. His eyes are yellowy, staring at you. And in his other hand, he carries a large club. So his tentacle comes out, and then a club brandished. Die! Right. There's about 40 foot of a corridor between you and him, and he's coming out of the side wall on the left. Gunter, you are first. What would you like to do?
I shall point at the lurching monstrosity and say, right, get him, lads.
Action done. Hartwin, you're next.
I assume I would have had my crossbow reloaded.
Yes.
Walk down here. So I would like to aim.
Yes.
And then fire at said creature.
Yes. Okay. So that's your full action then, isn't it?
Correct.
That would be all of your stuffs for the round.
It would.
Okay. And so what does aim do?
Aim adds 10 to my ballistic skill.
Okay. So make a ranged attack.
So my ballistic skill is going to be, with the aim, 57.
57?
Yeah.
Blimey.
So
That's really good.
I think it's at long range, it's not at short range, so I don't know what I need to
Just make a roll on 57.
make a roll on 57. Okay, but
Yeah.
purple is
Tens.
the 10.
Okay.
19.
19. That's a hit.
Nice.
If you reverse it,
Yeah.
you get a 91. So you
Yeah.
shoot it in the leg as it's kind of stepping out of
Oh,
the
wow.
shadows.
Yeah.
Your bolt zeroes in on its kneecap.
Nice.
Roll damage.
It just says damage 4.
So roll a d10 and
Yeah.
add 4.
9 total.
9 total. Okay. So I remove his toughness bonus and then apply that to his wounds. Okay.
Wow, you don't live very long, do you?
No, as I said, this is much more
Cool.
gritty than Dungeons
Cool,
and Dragons.
blimey, don't know.
And you'll only ever get probably another 8 wounds added on to
Yeah.
your character
At
through
most,
career
yeah.
progression at most. So probably about 6. How many wounds have you got?
11.
So has he.
Not.
But not anymore.
Yeah.
So that the crossbow bolt pierces his kneecap and blood sprays into the kind of morass of horrible fluids flowing past him. And he screams, a savage look in his eyes, and he runs towards you.
Just slower than before, because he's got a crossbow bolt in his kneecap. I
Yes,
guess.
but it's not a critical hit, so
Oh.
you haven't done exceptional damage to, like, delay him. So, I need my book. Who's got my book? Thank you. Right, so, let's have a look. Right, so 40 feet is 13 yards. So, you can move yards in a turn. He can't cover the distance, so he kind of shambles halfway towards you, sloshing through the effluent about him. He was flicking up the liquid, it's splattering about the place. A small non-giant rat scuttles out of his way, off into the darkness. Okay. Unfortunately, he's not close enough to attack you. So, next is Alvin.
I'll say, I'll have him, Mr. Seuss, and then I shall close the distance
Okay.
as chargy-like as I can.
Okay.
Plant my fist straight through his mush
All right.
in a leapy
Suddenly
kind of-
got all cockney in it. Okay, so you are going to charge, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so charge attack. 4 yards.
With my
Must be at
knuckle
least
dusters.
4 yards away.
With my knuckle dusters.
Cheers. Okay, you gain a plus 10% to your weapon skill for this attack. Single attack must be. Got that movement in yards. What's your movement characteristic?
My M is 4.
4. So you can move normally 8 yards,
Yeah.
but you can charge 16. Yep. So you go charge.
Yeah.
That's your full action. So that's all you're going to do. This round.
And
So-
if I hit him, I can stun him.
So you want to strike to stun.
Oh, yeah.
You don't do damage.
I don't need to do damage. Strike to stun's fine. Okay. So I get plus 10 because I'm unarmed. I'm a street fighter.
Okay.
Plus 10 because I'm charged.
Okay.
Plus 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's that?
And so your weapon skill is now.
And 62.
Okay. Cool. Blimey.
Not that I'm trying to add to anyone.
That's a beat.
What can I-
Which one's the 10?
Oh, I've got to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Go with 10's being purple.
Okay.
4.
4.
Oh,
Okay.
4.
That's a hit. So you hit him in the 40, which is his left arm, which he's grasping his club with.
Okay.
Right, you're going to strike to stun.
Yes.
Yeah. So you make a strength roll.
Okay. So do just roll
And your strength.
above or below it?
You want to roll under.
Under.
Under my strength. Okay.
Let me just get to the strike to stun.
Oh no, that's so not fair!
First, let's make a strength test. If that test is successful.
I missed by 1.
Oh,
I rolled 44, not 43.
Okay. As you come in to punch his arm,
I get any streak bonus?
Can
you
you use a fate
don't
point?
normally get.
No.
You don't normally get.
Okay.
You could use a fortune point,
Okay.
one of your temporary ones.
I
to
will use one of
re-roll.
those.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll re-roll the...
How many do you have?
You
No, you
re-roll
re-roll the
both.
whole thing.
I got worse.
Okay. How many fortune points do you normally have? How many fate points do you have?
3.
3.
Now, every session, you can use 3 fortune points
Okay.
to re-roll things.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you failed.
Oh, so I hit him.
So you hit him, and as you come into contact with him, his skin is so disgustingly soggy and
He's a
sort of
slimy
squishy.
one, Mr. Seuss. Might take me a bit longer.
You miscalculate your strike. You're not used to this kind of opponent. Right, and then it's Bagrik.
Right. How far away from me is he?
So he was 14 yards away. He covered 8 yards, so he's about 6 yards away.
Okay. Hazook! I'm charging him.
Cool.
I'm gonna up and swing my axe.
Did you get any kind of
That's an
advantage
11.
for someone else being in combat with him?
I'm not sure it matters. I got an 11.
No, but
You hit him.
yeah.
It's a very good
You
point.
do get plus 10.
You do get, because you're surrounding him.
Because of outnumbering.
Yeah, that's the word, outnumbering. So, 11. So flip that. That's another 11. That's a head hit. Okay, so what weapon do you carry?
I'm holding an axe and a shield.
And a shield. Okay, so you bring your axe round. To the top of his head.
You have to jump.
Yeah.
That's 7 plus 3 for my strength bonus, but I have strike mighty blows, so I had another one. 11.
Okay, 11 points of damage.
I'm not messing around.
No.
That is a critical hit.
Caved his head in. Oh, yeah, because you're critical, so you don't die. When you hit your wound, you have to
You can do.
Yeah.
Well,
You roll on it, don't you? When you hit your wound.
Okay, so we make a critical hit roll. I love the critical hits.
and I add 1 to this, because I have strike to injure.
Oh, okay.
So the critical value is 3. So you roll a dice. No, it's a D100 roll.
That's a 59.
59. So you try to injure that, adds 1 to your critical value.
It increases the stat by 1.
Okay. Right, so you strike them in the head.
Yeah, increase crit result by 1.
Your axe swings down, slicing off a portion of his head. Blood sprays across you and Alvin. The creature falls to the floor and is knocked out for 2 minutes, which is
A lot of combat rounds.
6 rounds. Yeah, it's like 12
6
rounds.
seconds per thing.
Yeah. So
20 rounds he's out for.
he's down on the floor. In fact, he's fallen into the sewage, and the current he's starting to sort of drift away. This body down this kind of long.
Stand on his
current.
tentacle with my
Okay.
foot.
You stand on his tentacle, and you are slightly disgusted by it.
That's okay. I'm in a sewer. I'm obviously not that bothered.
But yeah, you don't even know what he smells like because you've gone nose blind about half an hour ago. So, this creature is now sort of lolling about in the water, unconscious with this tentacle.
Can I
pinned
retrieve
to the
my
ground.
bolt?
It is dangling from its knee. Yes. So, you may pull it out.
Thank you.
Good hit, Mr. Wick.
It's fine. Excellent.
I mean, it's not Wick Manling. I'm just going to finish the job.
Okay. You swing down.
Again.
Right. Roll damage.
Fuck ye.
11.
11. Okay. So it says here, killed in whatever spectacular and gore-drenched fashion the player or GM cares to describe.
Decapitation.
Roger, please describe your particularly gruesome way.
Well, seeing this abomination under the feet of
Alvin.
I'm just going to swing my axe down at its neck and lop its head off.
Okay. You hack its neck. It falls apart, and the horrible dark blood kind of pours out of its neck. And you're kind of standing there. His body sort of judders as he does it. And it is definitely dead.
That was disgusting. Can we leave now?
Was this the only thing we were sent for?
That was pretty disgusting, and I'm prepared to suggest that that will definitely qualify as us having concluded this operation. Might I suggest that we collect that tentacular arm?
Should we take the whole body back? I mean,
I know a lot of them's just like
I shall
man.
hold up the tentacle bit and look at Mr. Wick.
From sort of the elbow to the shoulder is regular arm. And you can see now that he has some kind of faded and sort of warped tattoo that was on his arm. But the main part of his arm has turned into a very disgustingly bright pink tentacle with all these kind of suckers along it. Yeah, it's disgusting. You kind of hold it up.
Yeah,
no,
and
it's
it's
like,
like-
I just let me tie it up. So I've got like
I'm going to
10
swing the
foot
axe
of
up
rope.
to take the arm off.
Oh,
of
wait.
the shoulder.
I'll tie it up first so I can drag it along because I'm not.
It is chaos.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So
right, have it off then.
I'll tie it like just above the arm and just like go on, take his arm off.
I'll lop it off at the
Okay.
shoulder.
You lop it off at the shoulder. Everyone make willpower rolls at plus 30 to your willpower.
Is this fear, terror, or magic?
We'll classify it as so, yes.
There's no resistance to
yes,
chaos.
Yes, it does.
I passed by 1.
Cool.
What
do
do
we
I do?
get?
Roll under.
Add 30 to your willpower
And then
roll
roll
under
100.
it.
Okay,
So I
failed.
You failed.
Yes.
Okay.
I needed 62 and I rolled 61.
3. My resistance to chaos
Plus 10.
plus 10. Right, okay, I'm safe then because I rolled 71.
Okay, cool. You vomit. As the arm gets chopped off at the shoulder, the tentacle rides viciously, sort of with a sickly noise, and you puke into the sewage at the side. It's just, it's pretty disgusting.
Oh, bloody hell, Alvin.
Don't worry, you'll see worse than that to come.
There's no shame in that, big man. I wouldn't worry about it. It's pretty nasty.
I'm a bit busy at the
You
moment.
can hear it through the hole.
Can I hear anything more? I have acute hearing.
Sounds like powerful
Make
progress to me.
a perception.
No, I can't.
Sounds very similar to the giant rats that you had been fighting earlier on, about 10 minutes ago.
So, oh, bloody hell, I use an action to put my bolt back in the crossbow. Just in
Okay.
case.
Sure. Okay. It's dark in this kind of weird chamber through this hole.
Bollocks. In fairness, we're supposed to be killing the rats, aren't we?
I shall wipe some goo from my knuckles.
Okay. Cool. What's good?
When you say giant
Man,
rats, do you
and
mean
then
Skaven
kind of
or
like-
giant rat? You mean Skaven or giant rat?
No, they're just giant rats. They're clearly not normal rats, and something is making them bloat.
How big is the hole?
It's like he came through it, so
Okay.
it's like a
Big
big
enough.
5x5 kind of hole in the wall where something's kind of collapsed. The ceiling where the walls join looks like it's a little bit weaker. There's a bit of water coming in through there from above, but
Can I see if I think it will collapse using my trade stonework? No, I didn't.
I think I'm going to go and lean while people obviously seem to be doing thinking.
okay. You're just
Definitely
going to
some thinking.
by the
going on.
wall.
Going to go and lean.
Okay. Cool.
In-
Near the gap, or
fairly close, yeah. Fairly
Okay.
close to the gap. In preparation for.
you, as you lean against the wall, you do feel or that feeling, hearing kind of scrape of stone on stone moving slightly in the wall as you lean.
I'm going to kind of very slowly, waiting for these guys to catch up, edge towards it. Like,
Okay. You got a torch or?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've got like the torch and the
Well, I can-
rope over.
I can hold the torch. in the opening. I can stand next to the wall and do that with my torch.
Yeah.
Can I see anything down there? Night vision.
Not
Well,
anymore. There's a
As
torch.
he puts the torch out,
We had night vision.
as he puts the torch out, you can see into a small kind of walled chamber, at the far end of which there is some sort of large door, which seems to be closed and not disturbed in a while. There are a couple of sort of 4-foot wide holes around the floor, leading off in different directions. And on one corner, there is what looks like a maggot-infested straw mattress type affair. It seems to be slightly moving as you, maybe the firelight just flickering, but something is sort of crawling under your skin as you look at this horrible, disgusting, stained bed that this mutated homeless man has been sleeping on. Beside
Not
it,
so homeless as he said he was, eh?
beside it,
You want holding the torch?
Oh, yeah.
it's leaning out.
Burn it, Alvin.
There is tied to on a lead, tied to a metal bar in one of these small holes down at the bottom of the wall. There is a rat tied with a leash, going looking at you.
I'm prepared to suggest, gentlemen, this may be the source of our rat infestation problem.
Not for long. I will aim and shoot it.
Okay, you put a crossbow bolt through the rat's head, and it squeals. Little rat brains explode against the far wall.
Nice.
I'm
I
going to have
go.
a look at this door that's locked.
I
should
go
say
and get.
shut bedding.
Can I get?
Say locked, you see, shut.
It looks, yeah, it's clearly shut. It's a big,
Burning maggots.
it's an iron-bound big door that looks covered in dust. There's some lines in the dust and sort of scrapings in the door where it looks like someone has tried to just scrape their way through a door, which clearly makes no sense. Maybe some mad.
I'm going to knock on the
person.
door.
Can I try and get my bolt back?
You get your bolt back. Thank you.
Tum, tum, tum.
You hear a faint sort of echo in like an empty chamber beyond or something. I'm not sure.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone's home.
Try opening said door.
It appears to be locked. And as you kind of rattle it a bit, you think it may also be barred from the other side.
Do we have any perception of where we are?
So you've travelled a little bit in the sewers underneath the cellar, the main cellar of one of the brew houses that the guild has dotted around the city. You are near the industrial plants.
Using my navigation and orientation.
Well, it's not strange knowledge. Across the road under which this sewer runs, there is a warehouse of the guild where a lot of stuff is also stored. But also normally the kind of equipment and gear for brewing whereas in the cellar you've come from, the actual beer is stored. So it may be that there's some other cellar underneath the warehouse that store.
I will use my axe handle, the handle bit, the wooden bit on the bottom of my axe, to tap at the wall, the crumbly, moving wall, near where the door was.
Okay.
To see if
Now, the
it's...
crumbly wall is on the opposite side of the room.
Well,
Yeah.
who knows, it may be a bit crumbly too.
Okay, so you start poking at the wall near the door near the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to tap in the wall.
Okay, make a strength roll.
Which one's green? No.
There seems to
I
be
don't even need to look.
seems to be sturdy construction. Yeah, 77. Not that. I hope you're not that strong.
No, not unless you get a bonus.
Is there like a patch or anything in the stonework? I use my knowledge of stoneworking.
Make a roll.
Yes, if there is one, I can find it.
There isn't.
Okay.
It seems to be just some small storage room that somehow this person has found their way into and been sealed in.
You said there were 4 holes on the floor.
Yeah, that's kind of like little holes that maybe if the sewer were to overflow into the room, then it might flow out the other side. If
They
it
were
to break
built
through the
into
wall.
it. They're not-
Yeah, they're built in. They're like sort of little semicircular
Yeah.
holes with bars, and you can kind of see little guttery type
Okay,
things
so
running.
they've got like bars. Like,
Yeah. So the rats can get through. One side looks like someone has this sort of grease or blood or something on the bars, which look almost just too narrow for a homeless man to squeeze through, but maybe just enough for a desperate homeless man to squeeze through. You don't know.
I'm gonna full on boot the door to see how sturdy this is. As in try to break it down with my foot. And if it doesn't break, then we'll just
Okay.
Right, there is an alternative way of
Maybe
us
just going through the warehouse.
getting in there. We could go through the warehouse. That was the alternative I was considering. Yes.
Well, I was thinking
And not the other
Yeah.
one.
if this door was broken and we went through it, then no harm be. But if it's a sturdy door, we'll just head back the way we came. The purple is the 10s. I rolled 80.
Just picked the wrong one.
Bonk.
Yeah, let's just head back.
It seems like a fairly sturdy door.
It's a door.
Yeah.
It's a door.
Let's
The
just head back
adventurer's nemesis.
And yeah, it is. Let's just head back and tell them there's a
I mean,
door.
I can squeeze through that little gap if I have to.
Don't
And
think
if
you
it's
should go in
barred-
there on your own, Mr. Seuss.
If it's barred, I can open it on the other side, can't I? I won't be on my own for long.
Yeah, go on, nip through, lads.
Oh, I'm
There,
fairly
it's on the
sneaky.
same wall as the door. It looks like
Oh.
it runs underneath whatever is on the other side of this door.
So you go.
So
Yeah,
maybe the
so
door,
it's-
there's maybe you're down in the sewer, so there might be a flight of stairs on the other side of the door. Maybe this runs along underneath
Can
whatever
we,
it
like,
is.
the bars that are stopping our entry, can we remove them?
You can definitely try. Yes. Make a strength roll.
16. My strength is 35.
It looks like one of them had been loosened by someone trying to force between them, or successfully forcing between them, and you using some of your dagger, you kind of rattle it around. The stone around it seems to be crumbling slightly, you don't know, and you pull away one of the bars so that a regular sized person could fit through. A human or a dwarf could fit through rather than a halfling. It looks like Shawshank Redemption. It looks like a tunnel of shit.
Yeah. I don't want to go in there.
No, I'm
See-
not super keen.
No.
I think we should probably go and try the other way first. Because if I have to swim through a river of shit, I need to find out that I could have gone down some stairs. I'll be a little bit peeved.
Should we do that? Should we head back?
You head back.
I'm just here to hit people.
Put the bar back.
Okay, so you guys head back to the entrance to the sewers, which was the collapse wall in your own basement. And there, in this large chamber, there are lots of large barrels sitting on little stocks, so that they don't roll around. And they line the walls. There's kind of they've moved one of these out of the way where this wall has collapsed. The floor is still almost wet from the beer that was spilt in that area. It's a travesty. And someone you know, on the paper again.
Is this Mr. Schnitz?
No, it's his right-hand woman, Adelinda Falkenberg, who is dressed in leather armour with a mail shirt over it, and she has she's known for wielding a spear as a well-known bodyguard for Ortwin Schnitzler, who has got vague brewer credentials, but is a well-connected man. Often helps with deals down at the docks. She looks you up and down as you come in. You are disgusting. Filthy.
And chaosy. Wave the little thumbs around. There was this homeless guy and he had a tentacle for an arm. Do you want it?
I assume he is dead and not flashing around somewhere.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
managed
gonna
to
get his
as
head
much?
off. Yeah.
Well, good job we sent a dwarf down with these beginners.
Approving nod.
Very well.
Like, oh, whatever. Can we burn it then?
I think Mr. Schnitzler will want to inspect you and your quarry as much as it is. What are those rats? What happened with those rats?
Oh, we killed the rats. Or we killed all we found anyway.
Looks like they had a breeding one.
Ah, very well. Okay,
Hartwin there shot it through the head.
excellent. Very well, follow me. I shall take you to see Mr. Schnitzler. And she turns around on her heel and starts to walk away. She looks like she's had military training. And she starts to walk up the aisle between the barrels towards the back end, what should actually be the front end of the room, through a doorway, up some stairs into a sort of lobby area. One side there's an office where Ortwin normally does his work, whatever that may be, and you guys make your way into there. As you approach the door, he's like, "Stop right there. Take those fucking filthy boots off before you come in here, will you? That's disgusting. I can smell you from here. Can you have a fucking wash before you come in my office? Stay out there. I'll come and see you. I don't want that shit in my office." And you hear him shuffling around and some sort of papers ruffling and things. Comes out and he's like, he's got a fairly smart tunic on, but it looks like it doesn't quite fit him properly. Like his neck's slightly too thick to be in a shirt, as it were. Right. So what happened? What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Long story short, Mr. Schnitz,
Yeah.
we went in the hole, we killed the
It's
rats.
Schnitzler.
Yeah, that too. We went in the hole, we killed the rats, we killed the breeding rat, we found this weird tentacle arm geezer, so we lopped his arm off, lopped his head off, brought that back and all. He's got some kind of tattoo on him we thought might be recognisable. Seemed a bit dodgy, looks a bit iffy.
Turn around so we can see it.
Brought it through, so it didn't look like we were talking crap. Just smelling it.
All right. Yeah, you definitely smell like shit. Come on, this is disgusting.
we-
You have to
well,
go get
we-
yourselves cleaned up as soon as possible.
We
Tell me
found
about
another door though. We found another door down to the cellar, but we couldn't get through. There's another way down into
You
the
couldn't get
sewers.
through a door.
It was locked, you idiot.
Well, it leads to one of your warehouses. We could have destroyed it getting through.
No,
but
we're not finished. We're going to go and check the other warehouse before we go and get clean. Make sure that that one isn't leaking as well.
What,
So
the kit house over the road?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That's a Chandler Guild. The handle makers, I don't know.
Could he be any more mutated?
That's odd.
Should we go and find out what's going on?
Yeah, let's go and check this other warehouse. Just to, complete the job properly. It's important to finish the job once you start.
you might want to burn that tentacle.
I know.
Do you want it? Like,
I don't fucking want it.
where should
Well,
I
we
put
can't
it?
carry it through
Give
the
it
street.
to her, he says, pointing at the big armoured woman standing next to him. She reaches out a big gloved hand and kind of grabs it from you.
Alright. I want my rope back.
And she
though.
looks at you disapprovingly, like,
Come on, lads, we've got a
she
job to
walks
finish.
off. Yeah, make sure there's no one fucking around in the warehouse, will you?
That's the plan.
Good. He turns around and just sort of walks back into his office and just like goes to slam the door, but doesn't quite slam. You know, it's just like he's I don't even give a shit. Just like pushes the door to.
Gentlemen, we
left
do
in
stink.
his-
Do
Yeah.
like Mr. Bruges. She's a nice bit of, you know what I mean?
Can we just go and sort out this other warehouse?
Let's
Because
finish the
I
job.
would quite like to clean my trousers.
I quite want to get paid.
That would be good too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys leave the building.
I
And-
fail to see how this is a suitable job for one of the leading legal minds of this city, to be honest.
Because what part of leading of this city are you doing right now then?
Legal.
Leading the legal part.
Legal. Litigatory.
I don't even know what
Maybe
that
it's because
means.
your last job went quite so tits up, boss.
Rat sticks. Who wants a rat stick? A little urchin kid's running past with a bunch of sticks over his shoulder with cooked rats on. Who wants a rat stick? Anyone
Oh,
want a
shut
rat
up!
stick?
This is like 10.
I've had my fill of rats today, I think.
The overhanging buildings of the street are slightly claustrophobic here in this warehouse district, as the upper floors of often offices and administration areas for legal activities and bean counting to go on. Opposite you, there is a large warehouse structure, and standing outside it, there are a couple of dwarves who seem to be minding their business and not worrying about what anybody else is doing on the street.
Afternoon,
know them.
lads.
What is it?
Got something to
Oh,
check
he looks up
downstairs
and
for
goes,
Schnitzel.
Right.
I'll greet him casually.
Ugh. Fucking madness. What?
Schnitzel needs us to take a look in the basement.
Fine. Go around the side. Don't go through the front door. Right, you head around the side of the building, and there are various doors along the side. This alleyway is sort of quite wide. You think maybe barrels and kit and equipment is sort of moved in and out through here. Further down, there are large, kind of big double barn door style things. But before you get there, there is a normal entrance doorway. And as you approach, the door opens, and a man sticks his head out. Can I help?
Afternoon, Squire. We've got to check something downstairs for Mr. Schnitzel.
Yeah, I got the knock from the boys out the front.
Got a bit of a rat problem over the road.
Fucking rats.
Yeah, sort it out. We've just got to go downstairs, make sure they haven't got any down under your gaff.
He kind of moves out of the way, steps on a cat. Okay, so you guys head into the warehouse. It's like, don't mess with anything that you don't have to. Please head down there. The basement's down on the left. There's a couple of levels down. There's a shithole over here that leads down into a sewer, runs under the building if you need to check anything out.
Right. Thank you.
He goes into some sort of waiting room or antechamber on the front of the warehouse.
Right, Mr.
Shuts the door.
Olsen, as our most experienced orienteer, can you orient us?
I'll follow his directions.
Okay. You orient the party towards the back left of the warehouse, moving between boxes and crates. Lots of them have the Bluntstone stamp or burnt into the side symbol of the guild. And you make your way through, and there's a little sort of set of stairs going down into a cellar, large cellar. Some boxes down here without any stamps on them, of various sizes. Seem to be 3 distinct sizes. And at the back, there is another set of stairs going down further.
Are we down to the right sort of level yet?
Yes, yeah. You think the stairs going down will probably get you down to the right level. In here, there is a man who is, as you come in, he's kind of slams a crate shut. Ah, hello. How may I help you? You are guildsman, clearly. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. He says, sort of sliding his hand down to his sword.
Just like, no, we're
Do
here.
I think he's really dodgy?
He's got a leather jerkin on with bare arms, and you can see a Brewers Guild tattoo on his arm. So he's clearly got the right marks and everything, and seems like he should be here. He's just taken aback that you've appeared in the room. He was clearly intent on whatever he was doing.
Just doing a spot of pest inspection. Dealing with a rat problem.
Ah, excellent. Very well. No one's been down into the bottom cellar in a little while. Please feel free.
I'll stomp on past.
Yeah, just carry on. Okay.
You go down the stairs, and there is a door at the bottom, and a large box is resting against it. It looks like maybe it's fallen downstairs and it's leaning against the door.
Is there anything in the box?
I want to not go down the stairs.
Okay.
Be in the middle of this lot and then sort of nip behind a barrel and
Aha!
try and spy on this chap.
Very well. Shall we make a silent move roll?
We can. I don't have the skill.
You think, you thought the door was barred. Mm-hmm. You think maybe a heavy box is pressing against it and blocking it from the other side. I think maybe if you move this box, you could open the door.
I'm going to move the box.
Between the three of you, you move the box.
Half agility then. That is no way of going to be even vaguely close to me moving silently.
Okay. Yeah. My friend. Your friends seem to be.
Yeah, well, they deal with the heavy lifting and stuff, don't they? I'm checking for sort of little gaps and stuff, poking around the walls, making sure that nothing's creeping through.
Structural safety. I understand.
More sort of poking around for rat holes. I mean, structural safety would be the dwarven chap, wouldn't it? Really?
Ah, yes, of course. Yes.
So, have you noticed any vermin in this area at all?
He looks you up and down. Not until recently. A few rats have snuck in every now and then, but...
Could you give me an approximate size, Little rats, medium rats, big rats. What the bloody hell is that?
He looks at you like, what? Regular rats. They've been a bit smelly, but all rats are smelly.
Well, sewers downstairs, isn't it?
We've had some scrapings from down there, but we propped a large box against the door to stop any nasty things, rats and things coming up.
Yeah, pretty wise. Funny thing about rats, they've got these little teeth and they just keep growing. They just gnaw through wood and stone and all kinds of stuff. So I just want to make sure that there's no little rat holes around the edges of the room here.
You do your business.
All right then.
Very
Cheers,
well,
mate.
little man.
I shall come back upstairs. Mr. Seuss, he looks a bit dodgy. Shall I just hit him?
Now, good chap. This is not required. I'm perfectly fine.
He really does.
I'm
look
allowed
like
to
he's
be
a bit
here.
dodgy.
I'm one of the members of the guild.
He's got all of his bona fides and everything. He's clearly...
Well, I'm just checking some of the merchandise. That's all. That's my job.
He's probably more supposed to be here than we
Strange
are, to be fair, Mr. Fawkes.
I do apologise, but you looked a bit dodgy there.
Very well. We must be vigilant.
Yes.
Yes. Well done. You remove the box eventually, and you open the door, and it is the door that leads into a small chamber, which looks like some sort of place where they can get rid of dirty shit into the sewer.
Do we hear any rats?
Well, there's the hole. You can't hear any rats at the moment.
It's where we were before.
This is where the guy's bed was.
So the hole that goes under the room, we know where that leads.
That, as he said, is like there's a toilet upstairs that they shit into the sewer directly, and they have a sewer line running underneath the building.
So this needs to be reinforced then, I think.
You can just put a box back.
Yeah, well, that's a start, isn't it?
See,
But you're going to need to put like a
see,
bar across the middle.
The
See,
stonework
well,
down there
really.
needs to be repaired.
Yeah, and you're going to have to get someone with a stonemasonry skill down there poking up.
The homeless man
sure,
looked a bit emaciated.
Fix
He
it.
didn't look very
They
strong.
never find him if we, put him in there before we put the box back,
What is it with you and this guy?
He's just dodgy.
Well, I must be off now, my friend, he says, sort of looking at some stuff, and he kind of shuts the box. Are you going to try and, sneak around him to see what he's got, or...?
Is he taking the box out with him?
No, but he's tapping little nails back into it to see that.
Wait till he's gone and then open it up.
Okay. It's a small box, about this big.
He might have something on him.
He might.
You might want to.
Very well.
But there's no reason for us to stop
And he
him.
leaves.
I'm just going to hit him. He's really dodgy.
He's like, you're in a big room, so you have to
Yeah.
go across the room to hit him. He may be aware that you're trying to hit him.
What with you having announced that you were going to hit
Yeah.
him and stuff?
If you go towards him, he will put his hands up and just go, stop! This is not required.
He really is dodgy.
And he then goes,
He's
I shall beg my leave.
He's
And
like so
he
dodgy.
Starts to leave. He goes up the stairs.
I'll stand still. I'm not doing nothing.
We got no reason to jump him, have we? We start jumping everybody.
I'm resisting.
If he is genuinely,
We could take him up to the other bloke that was up there.
That's
So
not
he's
supposed
He's already leaving.
He's got to go past him anyway.
right? You two go up and make sure that he gets out. Okay,
Oh, God. Go and
Mr. Fulks.
see to him.
Yeah.
You and I are going to pry open this box and see what's inside.
Okay. I will pry open said box.
That's what I
Are
meant.
you
when
going
I
to do it
said
delicately, or are
we.
you going to smash it?
No. This is merchandise.
Okay.
It must be treated with care.
Mhm.
I'm not going to smash it open. May fail in my attempts to smash
Yes.
it open.
Okay.
I should be delicate in the process. And I've just seen how a bloke put the things in, so I'm going to just take them out again.
Okay. So, you pop the
If we
nails.
got caught opening this box, they might think we stole it, not the other bloke.
Well, that's why we sent the other two to keep an eye on him.
I did. I'll go upstairs. I'm not going to follow him. I'm just going to
Yeah.
leave.
You see the guy leaving the building.
Yeah.
And he kind of, bye, he says to the guy in the office at the front.
I just let him go.
Was he supposed to be rummaging through the boxes down there?
Sorry?
Was that supposed to be rummaging through the boxes?
You're not rummaging.
He was in them.
Yeah, he's checking. It's fine. Don't worry about the boxes down there.
All right. I'll go back down.
Yeah.
And tell him
But as you go down, Alvin's just pulling out a small parcel. It's like a little paper wrapped parcel that feels like it contains maybe a powder inside straw in this box.
It's like, Alvin, he was supposed to be here. We've just asked. He's checking wherever
Passing you a.
that thing is that you're having
What's
a
the
look at.
powder?
Okay, you open it up and there's like there's a faint, it's a whitey, pale bluey powder.
If you get
Smell
no
anything?
cracks, I'm
Well,
going
can I smell anything through me?
It has a slight dungy smell to it.
I got no clue.
Make a common knowledge, common sense, or whatever it is.
Oh, can I
Common
make one
knowledge.
then?
I have common
Well,
knowledge
he's
empire
invested
and
his-
common knowledge halfling.
Common knowledge halfling at +10, and common knowledge
yeah,
empire
that's
at
it.
Oh, that'll
-10.
definitely do it because that's 10.
70, unless I can affect that roll. No.
Or bash the dice together.
My common knowledge comes off of intelligence, which is 40. So
This powder is often referred to as strong root by the halflings, and is sometimes put in meals enjoyed on romantic holidays.
I should put the nails back in the box.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
nothing
but-
too dodgy, but we best not put that one back in because it's a bit open now. It might look a bit dodgy.
There were like 3 other little parcels in there, so it's kind of sort of fit 4 little parcels. Yes.
I just see this and just say, oh, let's just go. Let's go find, what's his name?
Mr. Schnitzel.
Schnitzel. I very nearly called him Schnittler.
That's probably closer to Mr. Schnitzel.
Yeah. Is it?
Schnitzler.
Schnitzler. There you go. That's, see, Schnittler is really good.
Okay.
I think we have to do our level best to never get his name right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright, so Mr. Snips.
Snips. Mr. Schnitzler. Mr. Snips. Okay, so you guys head back to the warehouse. And you head in.
Yeah.
You're going to announce yourselves.
Is
Knock
there
on his
someone
door.
yeah.
It just seems to be open.
Yeah,
You get the feeling like you're being watched by someone, probably Miss Falconberg.
When I shout in, just like, hello, hello.
Mr. Burge.
Just like, we checked the other warehouse. Everything's okay.
I will, before I go in, I will clean the boots.
I'll throw a
really
fucking
well.
parade, shall I? Well done.
You didn't want us to come in because we still stink like shit.
Alright, give me a minute. You hear some boots move across the
I
floor and he comes out. Right, done are we? All good?
All sorted. Warehouse is secure. Everything's fine. Door's propped shut. Might want to get someone over there to stick a bar on the door or something. Maybe shore up some of the stonework in the room on the other side.
The stonework down there's crumbling.
Right, okay. Now, I suppose I've got to pay you bastards, haven't I?
It is traditional.
Right, couple of shillings each. Here you go. And he kind of laboriously opens up his own, the kind of heavy purse he's got on his pocket and roots through it to find some shillings amongst the gold crowns.
But did we agree that before?
Yeah, that's what it was. That was the agreed payment. And he kind of gives you out a couple of shillings each. Right, okay.
Literally 2 shillings.
Yes. So, you've proven yourselves. Well done. You're now in the guild. I know some of you aren't brewers, but we don't always brew beer. Sometimes we move stuff around in barrels. So we might need some help from time to time. In the meantime, Uther wants to see you. He sees all new recruits, and he's over at the Gunner's Arms chatting with, what's the page? Old Gouda. So,
you got anywhere we can get cleaned up before we go over there, or do we supposed to?
Oh yeah, there's okay. So the dormitory's out the back. There's a wash house. Clean yourselves up. 'Cause you stink like shit. Right, excellent, good. Nice doing business with you. Welcome to the guild. Now fuck off. And he walks into his office.
Right, to the dormitory.
Okay. Nice. You're out the back, and there's a fairly well kept building. It's not as clean as it could be. But it's kind of like a massive bunkhouse, almost like a barracks if this were the military. And there is indeed a wash house. There are a couple of kids who bring up water from a nearby well. You hope that it's kind of getting it from somewhere not too close to that
It's going to
sewer
be
that
better
you
than
built.
what we smell like at the minute.
Yeah. They run off. We'll fetch water. We'll fetch water. And they head off.
Alright.
And eventually you bathe. Takes you a little while.
I'll find one of the small minions to go and buy me with my shillings some new boots.
Alright, mister.
And some new, the other bits that are near my boots.
Yeah, that's not a terrible plan, actually.
Breeches.
Yeah.
Okay. So they are sent off running and they come back with 6 coppers change from a shilling. And you have a nice, let's be honest, a shit pair of boots, but they're not covered in shit.
Yeah.
They're just shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll
brass,
do the same thing.
They brass one. I've got
How many shillings did we
gold,
get
silver,
paid, and
and
how
brass.
many does it cost us?
2 shillings you got paid,
Right,
and for the boots,
boots and breeches, because I'm
6.
shorter than he is.
it's like half a shilling.
Okay.
No, you're left with 6 change. Sorry.
How many kids?
Sorry.
How many kids?
Oh, what, to go and run
Yeah.
and buy shoes? Oh, there's like a small army of young, they're sort of like
urchlings.
12-year-old kids who are there doing handy jobs around the place. See
Right,
some of
well-
them sort of hammering nails into loose bits of wood. Some of them.
Can I give one of them a gold to get me a solid pair of hobnail boots?
You might never
Are
come,
you mad?
you might never come back.
All right, Mr. Dwarf. leaves the room.
Gone, never to be seen again.
Well, now I'm going to look like a tight ass, aren't I? I was just going to give you lot my bloody change, but now you've got to make me look like a bastard.
What?
No,
I'm
I
just
mean,
getting
that is
the
a-
new shitty new boots. Come on,
That is a
hurry.
solid pair of boots I'm buying.
Yeah, but I was planning on going and buying myself a fairly solid new pair of boots as well, but not giving all my hard-earned cash to a bloody child to go and buy them for me.
Another dwarf enters the wash house while you're there, and he has got a large black beard and black hair on the sides of his head, but he's bald in the middle. Don't look at my hair. And his haircut and the shape of his head is such that he almost looks like the top of his head is flat. It's quite strange. And he kind of nods, takes all his clothes off, and gets in a big tub of water. He is covered in kind of soot and mud and various other things. He seems to kind of just go about a very efficient, business-like cleaning of his body, and then starts to get dry and stuff. But he's there are other people using this place.
Right, clean and dry, over the pub.
Okay.
I'll get out my best, I think, for Mr. Goda.
Good.
Do they come back with our boots?
The two kids come back with pair of boots for you and pair of boots for you.
I wanted breeches as well.
Oh yeah, and breeches. Yeah.
Right, well, the kid that comes back
Let
with my
me
stuff.
see how intelligent this child is. He comes back. Yeah, these boots were very expensive, Mr. Dwarf.
So I'm not very intelligent
I've
then.
got 10 shillings left for you. Here you go. And some nice boots.
Are they what I asked for?
They're proper hobnail boots. They look like they're probably something the blacksmiths around here would use to protect their feet. You know, they've got
That's
like
kind of what I was after.
caps over the toes, you know, because
Yeah.
of all the spitting from the anvils, etc.
That's what I was after.
What did we
Proper
pay
pair
for
of shit
him?
shoes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just dwarves don't
You
wear
definitely broke a gold coin, though.
Yeah, you did.
I wanted a good pair of boots. Got a good pair of boots.
I don't think you have an appreciation for the value of currency.
Cool. So you get ready, you get dressed.
We've got a good deal.
Yeah.
It's like a full suit, though, of common clothing.
Boots come under the same thing.
So you make your way to the Gunner's Arms, which is a couple of roads over. This is actually the tavern that you all previously have met in before. It's a place where local guilds post jobs for new people in town, people who aren't associated to a particular guild, or jobs they want doing without being associated to their guild. The Gunner's Arms is a large tavern. On the corner of the road.
It's a map.
Yeah, the Gunner's
I'm
Arms.
glad I'm not halfway through. I spend days in there.
And there was a large bar room. Around the back, you know that there's like a courtyard, etc., for people with horses. There's stables. There is an outhouse, obviously leads down into the same sewers that you've just been in. And there's a big bar and a dormitory. There are rooms for you to, you know, if you are fancy to rent, or there's a dormitory, which is a big bunkhouse again.
Is there when we walk in, I will scan the place for any likely criminal people, and for anybody who is locally famous or
Okay.
currently in the news, if you know what I mean.
I'm saying the nude.
Yeah. I think we all noticed that.
Whoa.
People who are currently.
It's like dwarf
Okay,
again.
okay, cool. So as you approach, the buildings around here are all sort of hanging over, and it's starting to get dark. So small urchin children are coming out to light lanterns on poles and things.
They're really useful, aren't they?
They are very useful.
You know, you cannot have Fantasy City running without an army of urchins
no,
to keep
no,
it
you
going.
can't. But who's running the army of urchins? That's what you want to know. And more and more people seem to be milling about in this area as shops are closing, small stalls, hawkers of wares are all sort of packing up. Lots of people seem to be heading towards the Gunner's Arms, which is a fairly good, well-known tavern in the area. And they sell Bluntstone barley beer, which is a well-known beer in this area and at this tavern.
And that's how they know when you've had too much and they need to cut you off when you can't order it anymore.
Yep. You head in, and there are lots of people gathered around. There is a minstrel with a drum, playing some drums in the corner. People, and some people are nearby are already quite drunk, jigging and dancing. I wouldn't really call it dancing. They're more sort of throwing themselves around and bumping into other people. More of a mosh pit than a dance floor. Above the bar, there is a cannon, the big barrel of a cannon that looks like it's split above the bar, and sitting at the bar on a tall stool is a dwarf. He is a proud-looking dwarf with a strong mahogany brown beard, dark brown beard. He's got long hair, which is in kind of a warrior hue at the back. He's got big plaits in his beard. He doesn't seem to be wearing armour right now, but you know that he's, when he goes about town, he often looks after himself. He's clearly a big, tough individual, and he's got thick arms. He is talking to, another piece of paper, Gunter, the barman, who is a rakish-looking fellow who is thin, wearing a very fine shirt, which you've always thought is a bit weird. He doesn't seem to be your typical kind of gunner, as the name of the tavern implies, but you know he is a clever man and an intellectual. Maybe studied, it's rumoured that he studied at the university and was once at the gunnery school, but he's clearly not that, and now an
Pistol's a gun too.
Maybe.
Ah, good fellows, welcome back to the arms. How are we?
Much better, thanks.
Excellent, excellent. A round of ale, shall we? Shall we?
Two right.
Two?
Make it a double.
Excellent, excellent. I'll fetch those for you. I believe my good friend Uthor here wants to have a chat with you. I'll be but a moment. See you soon. And he kind of walks off to go and pour you some beer from a large barrel at the far end of the bar. The dwarf turns around and kind of stares at you with very dark eyes. Well,
Mr. Officer?
How's it going? I understand you've been very useful for the guild today.
Killed some rats.
Yes.
Cut from eating arm. That was fun.
Well,
Oh, wow.
first it was his head.
Great.
Head then arm.
Just to make sure.
Why not?
Well, yeah, we thought we'd better bring the
Excellent.
arm back for proof. Yeah, because everybody says, oh, I killed a mutant, I did this, I did that, I'm a great big hero. And it's always better to be able to give evidence, isn't it?
Manlings like proof.
Aye, they do. Fools. Just kill it. That's what I say. Anyway,
Kill it, burn it.
we're having some trouble with another one of our warehouses. It seems that somehow a lot of our properties are near where these strange creatures seem to be springing up in the sewers. I'm not very happy about it, I tell you that.
Understandably so. Is there any way in which we can assist you in this problem?
Very much so. There is one of my buildings on the other side of the industrial stat. I need you to head over there and check that out tomorrow. Enjoy your spoils tonight and have a nice beer. On me tonight.
Well, manling stuff.
Oh, thank you very
Very
much.
kind of you. Whoa, yeah, contagious accent.
I will only be having one beer. I never have more than one beer.
Probably safest I've met you.
Unless I have full stuff.
You can't handle it. Or you don't want to lose your edge.
I don't use my edge.
Right
Because
answer.
I don't drink more than one beer.
You have an edge, do you? More sort of blunt, really.
Yeah.
Good.
Bit of a blunt object.
So this
isn't it?
job in the morning, speaking of spoils, what's our
Payment.
payment? Matches accent. Payment.
A man after my own heart. Right, well, I think that this is a slightly more dangerous job. And that would warrant, perhaps, 5 gold crowns each. Per day. There
Per
seems to
day?
be some sort of nest in the sewer beneath that warehouse. I don't fucking know. People are dying. Some of my workers have disappeared. This was a little test to see if you could handle yourselves. And if little Mr. Talkie over there had a pair of trousers that weren't full of shit.
As luck would have it, I was able to purchase a non-shit-filled pair of trousers just this afternoon.
After you filled the last ones.
After I filled the
He
last
claps you
ones.
on the back. A massive, burly slap. He's clearly his kind of dwarvish humour with halflings.
On the bright side, though, Chief, wasn't my shit they were full of.
Great. Right.
I shall give Mr. Seuss that look of, should I hit him? And then I shall give him that look of, that's probably not a good idea. And then I shall give him that look of, I'm stepping back.
Right, well, I'm going to head off. Make sure Gerda here understands that you're drinking on me. And enjoy your evening. If you just report into
Mr. Bruges.
to Ortwin in the morning, he'll point you in the right direction and sort you out. I've told him about this and your recompense if you're successful. If not, we'll bury your bodies as best we can.
We can't say fairer than that, can you?
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the guild.
Time for
Kind
some
of
shopping.
gets off his stool and heads off to the door. And the innkeeper comes over with a big tray of ales. Aha! I couldn't help but overhear that you got yourself a little job.
Sounds like.
Excellent, excellent.
I hope you also heard that we're drinking on Mr. Uther tonight.
I beg pardon?
We're drinking on Mr. Uther tonight.
Very well, very well. As with most new recruits, he does treat you once in a while. I suppose you'll all want barley beers, will you?
Think so. Think so.
The best.
Well, there's one on the tray, so I'll just have that one. That's fine for me.
Just the one?
Oh, just the one.
Very well, very well. Excellent. Well, if you need another, you know where I am. I'll be right over there. See you soon. He kind of slides away. So you are left in the Gunner's Arms with some beers, and as many beers as you would like to drink for the evening, depending on your capacity, capability, or inclination.
I think I'm only going to have one beer because I've only got a little body. I might switch to something a bit stronger.
I'll look around the tavern to see if my brother's turned up.
Your brother hasn't turned up yet. You thought you were going to meet him here tonight, but he hasn't seemed to have appeared.
I will look around for some adult entertainment.
Okay. You're looking for a man or a woman?
Female.
Female.
So-
Okay. Females.
Hold your horses there, because if
There
it's
is-
company you're looking for, there is much better places to go than this. Might I suggest a certain guest house of my acquaintance? Very pliable young ladies, very friendly.
Yeah, sure. I'll drink my beer and go.
Okay. Okay. Very well. You head off to an
Establishment.
establishment for the evening.
I
And
shall
enjoy-
introduce him to the establishment because it's one
Very
that
well.
I frequent.
Very well. And what is the establishment called?
Oh, it's quite classy. It's
Yes.
nothing like super cheap and cheesy or anything.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's a good name?
Not the. So it's not like the the brass balls or anything like that?
No, it's nothing so
It's-
crass.
The trouser snake.
The trousers. Like it.
I think it's slightly more likely to be like the velvet cup or something.
The
like that.
canonettes. Something like that. Okay, so you head to a house of
The
ill
Velvet
repute
Cup,
but good
yes.
reputation.
The velvet cup.
And make your way there. It is an establishment that offers for all tastes and all races as well. So would you like a human female or a dwarf female? Oh no, elves.
You get dwarf and females. I wouldn't thought you get dwarf.
There are females.
Disowned.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're disowned.
2 human females.
2 human females.
Yeah.
Right. How much money you got?
Just like, well, how much are 2 human females?
Well, it really depends on how much money you've got because we have quite a menu.
I flick 2 gold onto the
Ah, very well. You have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Just the gold flicks through the air, and then it cuts to you waking up in the morning.
Hartwin, before you go, mate, off a bit of that in your juice.
So,
Parcel of powder.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
very well.
that.
I'm not giving you more of it.
I've got
I need
a
some of that.
And it's like quite a bit of it. Okay, so Alvin, you have a beer, and then you.
I might do a little bit of gambling with my shilling.
Okay.
Only the shilling.
Okay. Do you want to make a gambling roll?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that's a fellowship roll.
Half intelligence. If he doesn't have it trained. Intelligence.
Oh,
if he
intelligence.
Are you a gambler?
No.
That's
That's why I'm
and
only
his
gambling with my
intelligence is.
shilling.
What's your
And
intelligence?
I've had a pint.
32.
Intelligence 32.
So 16 or less.
Blue is first.
Okay.
Because blue is best.
85.
Okay.
You bet everything on blue in a game where the choices are red and black.
Yeah. You lose your shilling. But you have a really fun time doing it.
Yeah. I'm supporting
and
the
you-
local economy. That's
You
what I'm doing.
make a friend in the name of a man called Siegbert Schuler.
Are there any other dwarves in the tavern?
There are some other dwarves in the tavern. There is one who seems to be sitting on his own with a parchment and paper. So I'm just and he is drawing what look like gun schematics or illustrations, designs on these pieces of paper, and he's just kind of huffing to himself.
Well, you won't leave him alone if he looks busy.
Inches. Yes.
I'll keep my eye on him, and if he looks like he puts them down over the course of the evening, I might go and have a chat with him.
He does at one point.
Alright, I'll go and have a chat with him. Eeyore.
Hello.
Looks like you're drawing guns. You're trying to improve the designs that poor old manlings are using.
Fools.
One day they'll learn how to make something properly, but it'll take a while. Seems to think they can learn it in a few years.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we Flint Sunders have been doing this for a long time.
As it should be.
Aye. Guberman.
Nice to meet you, Bagrik.
Well met.
Do you work at the gunnery school?
I do that. Indeed, for my sins.
Well,
I'm trying to look at a new wheel lock mechanism, but they're not even interested. It's too complicated.
they'll never have the skill of a dwarf. They don't have the patience. Or
Just
the
flint
lifespan.
locks. No.
Life treating you well in Nuln?
Oh, aye. You know, gold. So I'm happy.
Where'd you hail from originally?
From Carricknorn.
I need to go out and find our money somewhere.
Well, there's a good opportunity here for some of us gunsmiths. If you're willing to put up with the likes of those chaps from the university and Tillians and Estallions, etc.
Funny, a lot of manlings have trouble telling the difference sometimes. Except them Bretonians, they don't even seem to like guns, the strange buggers.
I don't get them.
Wassocks.
Indeed. Good to hear the old tongue.
I get too used to speaking their right spiel. It's good to speak Casalid. Yeah, I'll just make small talk with them.
Sure. Okay, so the evening passes, and you wake up in your various places, whether that be this establishment, the dormitory of the Gunner's Arms, or the dormitory now of the Brewers Guild. That is up to you. But you all make your way to...
I buy some armour on the way. I'm buying some leg armour and a few more
leather
crossbow
leggings.
leather leggings, and some more crossbow bolts.
As it comes to leaving the tavern, I'm gonna leave a message with the barkeeper to if my brother turns up, send him to, and I'll direct him to where we're heading.
Sure.
Can I speak to the madam of the Velvet Cup
Yes.
about some merchandising?
I trust you had a fine evening.
Of course, always do. She's a lovely girl. It's my favourite.
You forgot to pay.
Never forget.
You forgot to pay me.
Never forget. That's why I wanted to see you now. I have
Oh,
something
very
better.
Okay.
Strong room.
Oh, yes. Oh, excellent. We have been running a little bit low recently. Not so much coming in. Stop moving it around so much for some reason. I don't know. But yes.
Keep my ear to the ground. I thought you could maybe find a use for that.
I can indeed. She she has a look at the package, sort of.
I'd taken it out of the package, giving her half of what was left.
Okay, half of what was left. Okay. So she slides 3 gold crowns across the table.
No need. Pop it on my account.
Very well. I'm sure you'll enjoy that later. Thank you very much. Very well. So you all arrive at. Yeah, sure. You can buy some stuff on the way.
Yeah, it would have been an idea to pick up a
use
few
a
bits
sword?
and pieces.
Do I need to be specially
No,
trained in
you can
swords?
use a hand weapon.
Alright,
In order to use a hand weapon.
a sword then, because I started off with a strange amount of money.
Right,
We all come with hand weapons.
Yeah, you'll start with one.
I thought we started with just a dagger.
Dagger and a hand weapon.
Oh.
Or a sword. Or a hammer. A war hammer.
Jack.
Okay, so you guys arrive at the building, and Ortwin Schnitzler greets you with his usual flair. Oh, it's you bunch of sorry shits again, is it? Alright. So, I've been told that Uthor likes you guys, because you're mates with that guy down at the Arms. So, apparently, I've got to be nice to you. Isn't that fun? Right. Okay. So, how about we head over to this fucking warehouse so you can do your fucking jobs?
Sounds like a plan, that man. And you don't be nice.
I know.
You have to be nice. Don't put yourself out on our account.
Oh, don't worry, mate. I won't. No way.
Just
No
take us to
fucking
the
way.
warehouse, manling.
All right, Wolf. Okay, right, let's go. Adelinda, let's go. Well, I say let's go. She's going to show you where it is. I ain't fucking taking you. Oh, I've got an appointment down at the Velvet Cup I've got to make time for. Right, anyway, so I've been told how much you're getting, and I've been told that there's been some horrible noises down in the basement, and a bunch of our workers have disappeared recently, as in 2 days ago. So, go and sort it out. Show us that it's sorted. Fix the problem, whatever it is, and then let us know. Alright?
Right, you are, Chief.
Okay, right.
Let's get to it.
So you guys head off. Make your way across the industrial platz, which is where all the big gunnery stuff goes on. It's kind of on the fringes that you guys have been working with the brewers. They often sell their beer to the gunners. You make your way across past the larger structures in the area. It's all very impressive where the guns are made. And they bring them out on the big parade whenever the siege train goes off to war. There's a big parade through this whole area. It's not that time though. There is no great war going on. There are guns being made, and every now and then someone comes out and they bless a gun. It's a big ceremony. But at the moment, it's just the normal throng and hum and clang of blacksmiths and foundries working away. You make your way across, and it takes you about half an hour, and you arrive at another warehouse. This is a larger structure, and it looks like some people are keeping people away from it. And they look like watchmen. They're wearing sort of those flat peaked metal helmets. They've got Nuln tabards on, and they're sort of standing around. Back up, mate. Get out of the fucking way. Don't, come on. Pushing people out of the way, getting the street clear. And they see Adelinda Falkenberg coming, and one of them comes over and goes, "Finally, you've got your mop-up squad. Right. Okay. We've been hearing some nasty noises all night coming from down there. So, you got your swords all nice and sharp?"
Could you demonstrate for me what the nasty noises sound like?
No.
It's important. This is so that we can get an idea of what sort of thing we might be facing.
Like groans and slurpy noises. Ugh. Bit like that.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
More
Yeah.
mutants.
More?
I killed one yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay. We are the right people then. Okay. Well, we'll let you in. Nice knowing you. Good luck.
See you later.
And, maybe.
No, see you later.
Okay. Right. And with that, you head off. You go in through large, big barn doors on the side of this warehouse. And your brother is there waiting for you, who we will meet next time on
Dun dun dun.
Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay Flint and Steel on Garblag Games. And that's the end of episode 1.
Hey, we all survived!
You survived! No one died yet. Cool. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Please go and check us out on Facebook, Garblag Games, on Twitter. We've got a Discord. We've got a server set up. It's all going.
Yeah,
A few people on it. Got to get more people on there. We've got a forum. We've got an Instagram. We've got all the stuff. So go check it all out. Just Google Garblag Games and you'll find us. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. We'll be back with some more of this very soon, and some more Traveller in the near future. So thanks for watching. Goodbye. Bye.